we're going to send an iteration of this presentation for you all. So we hope that video was helpful in this presentation, and the information you're going to get further on will be helpful. Moving on, we're going to discuss the importance of establishing parentage. The topics that we'll go over is the importance of it, the current state, signing the AOPs and the benefits of signing it at the facility, some health equity strategies similarly to what Gretchen discussed, and who can sign it. And we recognize too that this may be, you may be already aware of this, and this is just a revision for some folks. But as an analyst here at the health department, we just want to go over some basic areas that may serve as reminders. And so some areas and some benefits for the parent include, it's not just for one parent, but for both parent. And it establishes legal parental rights and everything that those rights entails, and financial security through taxes and other similar means, entitlement to court-ordered visitation and custody rights, as mentioned earlier, and rights to consultation on adoption. Some benefits for the child include legal rights to visibility on family medical history, financial support from both parents in an event a child support case opens up, and entitlement to the safety nets that we mentioned earlier, such as medical insurance, social security, military benefits, and rights to inheritance. And here are the latest published rates of babies born to unmarried mothers across the tri state area, with Connecticut at 31%, New Jersey at 33%, New York State at 37%. And that's all compared to the US overall average at 39%. And we thought it would be important for you to see where we all place here in New York in comparison to different states in the country overall. And we want to emphasize getting those AOPs signed at the facilities and the benefits that it allows. And studies show that signing an AOP at the facility is most likely already indicative of parental involvement, therefore ensuring that support is there at an early stage. If the parent says that they want to sign the AOP at the facility, they're already indicating that I want to be there from the beginning and throughout the child's life, right? And so it's important to encourage those parents to get those signed right then and there at the facility. And we know you're working hard to do that, so we want to thank you for all your efforts. And there is recorded lower mortality rate for children even after controlling for maternal factors and risk for child, and that's probably attributed to the fact that those safety nets are already secured. And a signed AOP also secures financial support for the child. And finally, parents are more likely to be involved with the child as opposed to being as opposed to signing it outside the hospital. As mentioned earlier, we want to go over some health equity strategies, and other things that we're doing here, and other entities in government the state is doing to improve health equity through those AOPs. And it is crucial in this context to level the playing field and effectively help parents and children as intended. And some initiatives include ensuring language access through translation materials, and you all know how incredibly diverse New York City is and how helpful that is to assist immigrants when they come to the city with different languages, and getting those out there. And there's the federal Head Start program, which is intended to help families overcome barriers to accessing healthcare before, during, and after pregnancy, to mitigate those stark statistics and disparities faced by certain populations. And this information collected is not only beneficial to the parent, but to us as well, because it also allows us to see where the gaps, where should the city come in and help parents So you signing those is also helpful to us, and we thank you for that, and we encourage you to keep doing that. Moving on, and let's take a look at the law of the land and the Child Parent Security Act and gestational agreement, which is a law that went into effect early 2021. And amongst many preservation for AOPs, the law grants rights for these persons to sign an AOP. That is an unmarried person who gave birth to the child and another person who is a genetic parent, and a married or unmarried person who gave birth to the child and another person who is an intended parent in accordance to the Family Child Court Act, conceived through assisted reproductive technologies. And we just want to show you to get a quick glance on the two scenarios of who can sign the AOPs. That is an unmarried birth parent and the alleged parent. In scenario two, the married or unmarried birth parent and the intended parent. And here's our resource section. And we do plan on sending you in a different version of this slide. It's very comprehensive. So you will get all of these at some point after the presentation. And also we plan to update our FAQ section on our current site. It may take a few weeks, so just please be on standby. Thank you very much. And here's our contact information.